Hello, I'm Indrapramit Roy. The journal format in which it all started in those days of lockdown eventually did not remain only in the journal form. But the idea was initially to have a work a day. And that was a peculiar time because a lot of different kinds of thoughts were passing through my mind. And I strongly believe that you cannot paint every idea. So, to be paintable, it has to have a certain quality. Now, that I'm sure varies from artist to artist, but for me, it is to do with my immediate visual experience. And those were the triggers. And that I saw changed very drastically. The silence, the emptiness, the sudden disappearance of people, of all activity, in a way was a time for a pause. So when I found something which is eminently, in my view, paintable, that invariably came into the frame. But along with that, there were other things happening. You are seeing a deluge of information, and much of it is not even information, it was disinformation. There was all kinds of political shenanigans happening. And of course, there was no dearth of negative news. In a situation like that, so on one hand, you have something which is paintable. On the other, you have this complexity of thoughts, of messages, of information passing through your head. And one way to incorporate some of it, of course, you cannot deal with everything, you have to pick and choose, was to incorporate text. Now, text is something that has already started appearing in my work before this. And this phase actually concretized a certain need to have the text not as a title or something that is outside the image, but very much a part of the image. And that obviously then becomes part of the visual. But the text is neither illustrating what the images are saying, nor is the image trying to illustrate what the text already states. It is to be seen as two parallel strands and creating a third text. Ideally, that's how I would want it to be seen. But of course, it is open to the cognoscenti, to anybody who's interested in visuals to look at it and have their own reading. And I'd be very interested in knowing what those are. That's precisely why I want to share this work with people who care. And there are certain fundamental issues that has always appealed to me, or you may say bothered me, or concerned me. And few of them are actually highlighted. One of it is the search for roots. The other is, the terrific amount of contradiction with which we live. The darkness under the light, so to speak, or the panic that precedes calm, or the calm that precedes a panic. You would also perhaps find that the works are mostly bereft of any kind of obvious human presence. But there is presence, of course, but the presence is marked both primarily in the absence of the figures. And that is how I want this to be seen. This is a theater where the drama has happened or is happening or is about to happen. The rest, of course, is left to your discretion because there is only so much that can be talked or written about a work of art, which is a visual. And the visual ultimately goes beyond words. That's what it's meant to be. That's what I want it to be. Thank you.